Many youngsters are addicted to their phones.
Many youngsters are addicted to their phone. Are addicted to their phone. Are addicted to. Are addicted. Are
Youngsters are addicted to their.
addicted to.
Many youngsters are addicted to their phone.
Are addicted to their phones.
Many
Many
youngsters
youngsters
are addicted to their phones.
Are addicted to their
phones.
phones.
Youngsters
Are addicted to their phones. Are addicted to their phones.
They
They
just cannot put them down.
down. They just cannot put them down.
They just cannot put them down.
They just
They
cannot put them
constantly
down.
chat with friends on messaging apps.
They constantly
They
constantly chat
chat with
with
friends on
friends on
apps.
messaging apps.
They also post things
They also post
or
things
leave messages on social media
or leave messages
very
on
frequently.
social media very
There are many
frequently.
side effects.
There are many side effects
There are many side effects coming from
too much phone use. First,
there are
there
physical
are
side
physical
effects.
side effects. There are physical side effects.
People's eyesight
People's
gets worse.
eyesight
People's eyesight
gets
gets
worse
worse because
they're
stare
staring
into a
to a
small
small
screen
screen
for too long.
for too long.
Some
Some
people
people also suffer from back problems, neck
or
problems,
shoulder pain
or shoulder pain
because of bad posture.
because of bad
Next,
posture. Because of
posture.
bad posture.
Next, there
Next,
are social
there are
side
social
effects.
side effects.
Because people
Because
are
people
constantly
are
on their
constant-
phones. People are constantly on their phone.
People are constantly
People are
Constantly.
constantly on their phones. People are constantly on their because people are constantly on their
constantly on their phones.
They have less
They have less
conversations
conversation
with
with
other people. Conversations with other people.
with other people.
They cannot
They
develop
cannot
face-to-face
Face to
communication
face
skills
communication
as much as they
skills
used to.
as much as they used to.
They cannot develop face-to-face communication skills
They cannot develop face-to-face communication skills. They cannot develop face-to-face communication skills as much as they used to. As much as they used to.
Many people are concerned about this problem.
Once again,
Phone addiction
phone addiction has become
a major issue
among youngsters. Major
Phone
issue.
addiction has become a major issue
A major issue
among youngsters. Well,
I guess I talk about tons of things with my friends over the phone.
Friends over the phone.
With my friend,
Things with my friend. Well,
I guess I talk about. I guess I talk about tons of things with my friends over their phones.
We ask how
First,
each other is doing.
we ask how each other is doing and do some catching up.
We often
talk about our career. We often talk about our careers.
We talk about how things are going at work.
We talk about how things are going at work. How things are going at home, going at work. We talk about how things are going at work.
We also talk about the economy. We also talk about the economy
Or the job
market
in general.
Also,
We talk about other people.
We talk
We
about
talk
our
about our family members
or our
or our
mutual
mutual friends.
We also talk about people we are seeing. We'll talk about people we are seeing or our marriage plans.
Or our marriage plans. We are seeing or our marriage plans.
What else?
What else?
We also
talk about what we have been up to recently. We also talk about what else? We also talk about what we have been what
what we have been up to recently.
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 We
talk about movies we watched recently.
We
We also talk about decent
restaurants
restaurants or fancy bars we went to. Plus,
we
we talk about gatherings we went to.
We
We also talk about trips we went on.
trips we went on.
Trips we went on. We could also talk about hobbies, sports, entertainment, politics, or music.
So
These are the things we talk about over the phone.
We talk about over the phone. Talk about
over the phone, over the phone. Ask how each other is doing. 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 Do some chatting up. Do some chatting up. Do some chatting up. Do some chatting up. How things are going at work. How things are going at work. How things are going at work. Mutual friends. People we are seeing. What we have been up to recently. What we have been up to recently. What we have been up to recently. Decent restaurants. Decent restaurants. Decent restaurants. Fancy bars. Well, I guess I talk about tons of things with my friends over the phone. First, we ask how each other is doing and do some catching up. We often talk about our careers. We talk about how things are going at work. We also talk about the economy. We talk about the economy or the job market in general. Also, we talk about other people. We talk about our family members or our mutual friends. We also talk about people we are seeing or our marriage plans. What else? We also talk about what we have been up to recently. We talk about movies we watched recently. We also talk about decent restaurants or fancy bars we went to. Plus, we talk about gatherings we went to. We talk about gatherings we went to. We also talk about trips we went on. We talk about the trips we went on. We could also talk about hobbies, sports, entertainment, politics, or music. So, these are the things we talk about over the phones. Well, I guess I talk about tons of things with my friends over the phone. First, we ask how each other is doing and do some catching up. We often talk about our careers. We talk about how things are going at work. We also talk about the economy or the job market in general. Job marketing in general. Also, we talk about other people. We talk about our family members or our mutual friends. We also talk about people we are seeing or our marriage plans. What else? We also talk about what we have been up to recently. We also talk about what we have been up to recently. We talk about movies we watched recently. We also talk about decent restaurant or fancy bar we went to. Plus, we talk about gatherings we went to. We also talk about trips we went on. We could also talk about hobbies, sports, entertainment, politics, or music. So, these are the things we talk about over the phone. I can talk to whomever I want to over the phone. I can talk to whomever I want to over the phone.
I want to over the phone to whomever I
can talk to whomever I want to over the phone. I call my family members, friends, or co-workers. Some personal, while others are work-related. I normally make calls when I am indoors. But now, I use a cell phone. I often make calls when I'm on the move. For example, I can make calls when I'm on the bus or the subway. I can also make calls when I'm walking down the street. I can also make calls when I'm driving my car. driving my car.
It is very
It's very convenient.
It's very convenient if I use my earphones.
If I use my
earphones when I talk on the phone.
when I talk on the phone. So I can now make phone
wherever
calls.
I am. Make phone calls.
I can now make phone calls. I can now make phone calls
Wherever I am.
wherever I am,
Whenever I need to.
whenever I need to, whomever I want to, over the phone, make calls, personal, work-related, work-related, when I'm indoors, when I'm indoors, when I'm on the move, when I'm on the bus or subway, wherever I am, whenever I need to, I can talk to whomever I want to over the phone. I can talk to whoever I want to over the phone.
My family members,
I
friends,
call-
all my family members. I call my
I call my family members,
friends,
friends,
or coworkers.
or coworkers.
Some calls are
Some calls are
friends or coworkers. Some calls are
personal,
while others are
personal,
while
while
others are
others are
work-related.
while others are work related.
I normally make calls when I'm
I
indoors.
normally make calls
I normally make calls when I'm indoors.
when I'm indoors.
But now,
But
I
now,
use a cell phone.
I use a cell phone,
So I often
make
make
calls
calls
when
when
I'm on the move.
For example,
For example, I can make calls when I'm on the bus or the subway. I can also make calls when I'm
down the street.
when I'm walking down the street.
I can also make calls when I'm driving my car.
When I'm driving my
I
car.
make calls when I'm driving my car.
When I'm driving my car.
It is very convenient if
It is very convenient if I use my earphones
I talk on the phone.
when I talk on the phone. So I can now make phone calls
wherever I am.
wherever I am.
need.
whenever I need to.
I can talk to whomever
I can talk to whomever I want to over the phone.
I
I call my family members, friends, or coworkers. Some calls are personal, while others are work-related. Work-related.
I
I normally make calls when I'm indoors, but now I use a cell phone. I use a
cell phone.
cell phone,
So I
so I
often
often
make calls
make
when I'm on
calls
the move.
when I'm on the move.
For example,
For example, I can make calls when I'm on the bus or the subway.
I can also
I
make
can also
calls
make
when I'm
calls
walking
when
down
I'm
the
walking
street.
down the street.
I can also make calls
I can also make calls
when I'm driving my car.
when I'm driving my car.
It is very
It's
convenient
very
if I use
convenient.
my
It's very convenient if I use my earphones
on the phone.
when I'm talking
So,
talk on the
I
phone.
can now
Earphones when I talk on the phone.
so I can
So,
now make
I can now
phone
make
calls
phone
wherever
calls
I am,
whenever I am.
whenever I need
Whenever I need to.
I am whenever I need to.
Whenever I need to. Whenever I need to.
I can talk to whomever I can talk to whomever I can talk to whomever I
I can talk to whomever I want to over the phone. I can talk
to
to
the phone. Whomever I can talk to whomever I want to.
I can talk to
whomever I want.
I can talk to whomever I want to
over the phone.
over the phone.
I call my
family
friends.
members,
I call my family members,
friends, or coworkers.
Some
Some
calls
calls
are
are
personal,
personal,
Some calls are personal, while others
While-
are work-related.
while others are work related. While others are work related. Some calls are personal, while others are work
I
related.
normally make
I
calls
normally make
when I'm
calls
indoors.
when I'm
But
indoors. But
now,
now I use a cell phone,
so I
so
often
I often make
when
calls
I'm on the
when
move.
I'm on the move.
For example,
For example, I can make calls when I'm on the bus or the subway.
I can
I can also make
when I'm
calls
walking down
when I'm walking
the
down
street.
walking
I can
down
also
the
make
street.
calls when
I can also make calls
when
when I'm driving my car.
It is very convenient if I use my earphones when I talk on the phone.
So I can now make phone calls wherever I am,
whenever I need to.
whenever I need to.
I used to use a Galaxy 9.
I used to use a Galaxy 9.
But now I use a Galaxy 9. I used to use a Galaxy 9.
I used to use a Galaxy 9.
But now I use a
Galaxy 11.
Of course.
I did my homework and made up my mind.
Phone to buy. My mind which phone to buy.
My mind which phone to buy.
I got the homework and made up my mind which phone to buy.
Made up my mind which phone to buy.
I got
the Galaxy 11 because I was used to that model. Because I was used to that model.
Plus
I liked the color and design. Also,
I wanted to have a
larger screen.
I also
wanted
a phone that took good pictures.
I also wanted a phone that took good pictures.
I also wanted
a battery that lasted longer. I also wanted
more memory. I also wanted more memory.
More memory.
Plus,
my friends said it
good. My friend said it was.
My friend said it was.
My friend said it was pretty good.
My friend said it was pretty good. Pretty good.
My friend said it was pretty good.
My friend said it was pretty good.
My friend said it was pretty good. Plus there was a promotion.
And I got a great deal on my phone. I got a great deal on my phone.
I like the phone I'm using.
I like the phone I'm using.
It was worth the money I spent.
It was worth the money I spent. It was worth the money I spent. It was worth the money I spent. Did my homework. Made up my mind. Was used to. Battery that lasted longer. Got a great girl. Was worth the money I spent. Was worth the money I spent.
I used to use a Galaxy 9. But now I use a Galaxy 11. Of course, I did my homework and made up my mind which phone to buy. I got the Galaxy 11.
I got the Galaxy 11
because I was used to that model.
because I was used to that model.
Plus, I liked the color and design.
I liked the color and design.
Also, I wanted to have a larger screen.
I wanted to have a larger screen.
I also wanted a phone that took good pictures.
I also wanted a phone that took good pictures.
I also wanted a battery
that lasted longer.
I also wanted more memory.
More memory.
Plus,
my friend said it was pretty good.
Plus,
there was a promotion.
And I got a great deal on my phone.
And I got a great deal on my phone.
I like the phone I'm using.
I like the phone I'm using.
It was worth the money I spent.
It was worth the money I spent.
I remember talking to a friend over the phone about the Korean movie Parasite. One of my favorite actors,
Song Kang-ho,
starred in that movie.
It was a satirical movie. It was a satirical
movie about
issue of a social class.
In fact, the movie made cinema history.
History
by winning
four Oscars this year.
It won the Best Picture
It won the Best Picture
The Academy Awards.
at the
It was the Academy Award. Best
Academy.
Picture at the Academy Awards.
Academy Award. Academy Award.
Best Picture at the Academy Awards.
It won the Best Picture at the Academy Award. Academy Award.
It was the
It was
first
the first time in 92 years
that a
that-
non-English few years that a
that a
non-English
non-English
film had won that
film
award.
had won that award.
The movie also won the Oscar
also
for
won the
Best
Oscar.
Original Screen.
The movie also won the Oscar
The Oscar for Best
Oscar
Original
for
Screenplay.
Best Original
The original
Screenplay. Screenplay.
Meanwhile, the director. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, the director of the movie, Bong Joon-ho,
won the Oscar
won
for
the
Best
Oscar
Director.
for the Best Director.
It was also
It
the
was
first
also
time
It was also the first time that a Korean director had won that award.
His acceptance speech at the
His
his acceptance speech
acceptance
his acceptance speech at the award ceremony was very touching and
at the
witty.
award
It
ceremony
got a lot of and witty. Was very touching and witty.
were very
Was very
touching.
touching and ceremony was very touching
Was very speech was very touching. Was very
And
was
witty.
was very
It got a lot
touching
of
and
spotlight.
witty
was very touching and witty.
and
It
witty.
got a lot of spotlight.
It got a lot of
It
spotlight
got a lot of spotlight from the media.
From the media
And created a
and
lot of hype.
created a lot of hype. Created a lot of created a lot of hype.
And spotlight from the media. Got a lot of spotlight from the media and created a lot of hype.
Created a lot of hype.
I was so proud that
I was so proud that a Korean movie won so many awards.
I became
I
a
be-
big
I became a big fan of director Bong Joon-ho. I look forward to watching his future movies. Personally, I watched the movie Parasite myself, and I think it was a killer movie. In fact, the movie did very
The movie did very well at
the
the movie did
the movie did the movie did
in fact killer movie. In fact killer movie. In fact the movie did very
the movie did very
Well at the box
well at the
office
box
in Korea.
office in
box office in
box office in Korea.
box office in Korea.
Korea.
It
Korea.
was a box office hit in many countries around the world.
It was a box office hit in many countries around the world. It was a box office hit. It was a box office hit in many countries around the world.
Many countries box office hit in it was a box office hit
It was a box office hit
in many countries
around the world.
So
So
this was what
this
I
was
talked
that
about.
I this was what I talked about.
with my this was what I
Sorry.
talked about with
This was what I talked about with my friend over the phone.
with my
Starring a movie made cinema history win 4 Oscars, the best picture at the Academy Awards, the best picture at the Academy Awards, the Oscar for the Best Original Screenplay, the Oscar for the Original Screenplay, Best Original Screenplay, the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay, acceptance speech, touching, witty, got a lot of spotlight, got a lot of spotlight, created a lot of hype, became a big fan of killer movie, did very well at the box office, box office hit.
I remember
I remember talking
talking to a friend over
the phone
the
about the
Korean
Korean
movie
movie Parasite.
Korean movie Parasite.
One of my favorite actors, Song Kang-ho, starred in that movie.
It was a
It was a
satirical movie about. It was a satirical.
Satirical movie. It was a satirical movie.
It was a satirical
Satirical
movie
movie
about issues of social class.
issue of a social
In
class.
fact, the movie
It was a satirical movie about issues of social class.
about issues of social class.
It was a satirical movie about issue of social class.
In fact,
The movie made cinema
by
history.
winning cinema history.
The,
The movie made
the movie made
cinema
cinema
history
history
by winning
four
Oscars this year.
Oscars this year.
It won the best picture
It won the best
at the
picture
Academy Awards.
at
Picture at the Academy
at the
Awards.
Academy
Academy Award. Best
Acad-
picture at the Academy
Academy Awards. Academy Awards.
Awards.
It was the first time in 92 years
that a
that a
non-English film that a non-English
that a non-English
English film had won that
film
award.
had won that
The
award.
movie also won the Oscar.
The movie also won the Oscar for best original screenplay. Meanwhile, the director of the movie, Bong Joon-ho,
won the
Oscar for best director.
It was
It was also the first time that a Korean director
had won
had won that award.
His acceptance
His
speech
acceptance
his acceptance speech
acceptance
at the
speech
award
at
ceremony acceptance speech at the award
at the award
ceremony was
ceremony
very touching.
was
and
very touching
It got a lot of winning.
and
It
witty.
got a lot of
It
spotlight.
got a lot of
It got a lot of
spotlight.
It got a lot of spotlight.
It got a lot of spotlight
It got a lot of spotlight from the
From
media.
the
and
media.
created spotlight from the media
media
and created a
and
lot of hype.
created a lot of
I
hype
created a lot of hype. Yeah.
from the
And
media.
created a lot of. It got a lot of spotlight from
It got a lot of
the
spotlight
media.
spotlight
Spotlight from the media.
from the media
And created a
and
lot of
created
hype.
and created a
And created a lot of hype.
lot of hype.
I was so proud.
I was
that
so
a Korean movie- I
proud
was so proud that
That
a
Korean movie won so
awards.
many awards.
I became
I
a big
became
a
big fan of
director Bong
big fan
director
of
Bong
director
Joon-ho.
Bong Joon-ho.
I look forward to watching his future
movie. I look forward to watching his future movies.
Personally,
I watched the movie Parasite myself. I watched the movie Parasite myself.
I think it was a
killer movie.
In fact,
In
the
fact,
movie did
the
very
movie
well
did very well at the box office in Korea. The movie did very well at the box office in Korea.
It was a box office hit in many countries around.
It was a box office hit. It was box office hit in many countries around the world. So
This was
what I talked about with my friend over the phone.
The movie made it was a. I
I
remember
remember
talking
talking
to a friend
to-
over the phone.
I remember
talking to a friend over the phone
about the
Korean
Korean
movie
movie
Parasite.
Parasite.
One of
One of my favorite actors, Song Kang-ho, starring in that movie. It was a
satirical movie. It was a
satirical movie.
It was a satirical movie about
It was a satirical movie
about
about
issues
issues
of
of
social
a
class.
social class.
In
In
fact,
fact,
the movie
the
made
movie
cinema
made-
history.
the movie made
cinema. In fact,
the movie made a cinema history by winning 4 Oscars this year.
It won the best picture at the Academy Award. Best picture at the Academy Awards. It won the best picture by winning 4 Oscars this year. It won the best picture at the Academy Award.
At the Academy
Best picture at the Academy Award.
Academy Awards.
It
It was the first time in 92 years that a non-English film had won that award. that a non-English film had won that award.
The movie?
It was the first time in 92 years that a non-English film had won that award. It was the first time in 92 years that a non-English film had won that award.
2 years that a non-English film. This is the first time
It was the first time in 92 years that a non-English film had won that award. The movie also won the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. Best Original Screenplay. Meanwhile, the director of the movie, Bong Joon-ho, won the Oscar for the Best Director. It was also the first time that a Korean director had won that award. His acceptance speech at the award ceremony
was very touching
and witty.
It got a lot of spotlight
from the media,
and created a lot of hype.
I was so proud that a Korean movie won so many awards. I became a big fan of director Bong Joon-ho. I look forward to watching his future movies. Personally, I watched the movie Parasite myself, and I think it was a killer movie. In fact, the movie did very well at the box office in Korea.
It was a box office
hit
in many countries
around the world. So, this was what I talked about with my friend over the phone.